I just want to start off by saying I really screwed up. I really screwed up. You know, people tell you one wrong decision can affect you for the rest of your life. And it's so true. I didn't really think much of it until yesterday. I can still remember the screeching of the rubber tires and the grinding of metal against metal, and that unforgettable sound of when glass breaks on to you and it just hits you in the face, and then next thing you know, you're hitting your face into the I'm here today to talk to you about why you shouldn't ever distractedly drive, because that's what I was doing. Yesterday after school, I was leaving here. I got in my car and started driving like I usually do. Music blaring. I was actually texting too, and drinking some water, all at the same time. You know, I know that everybody's heard of, oh, don't text and drive, don't do this and that while you're driving. You always think it's never going to happen to you. It's definitely true. So let me just start off by saying, driving distractedly is basically when you're participating in any event that doesn't involve driving. So it can be texting, like I said, it can be listening, like changing the music, it can be any of those. So another main fact that I've learned in psychology while I've been here is that distracted driving is basically caused by inattentional blindness. Now that, we learned in psychology, is basically when your brain, it can't focus on more than one event at a time. I don't care what you say, I honestly believe since yesterday that you cannot multitask. You can't do it effectively. You can't. So, what I'd like to talk about is what I started off with, intentional blindness. It's basically, you can be doing any activity, and if you're focused on that one activity, you can miss other things that are going on around you. I don't know if you ever heard of this, but in psychology we learned about a study that these researchers did. And they told their contestants basically to watch the kids throw the basketball around. See how many passes they do. So they do. And they watch, they count the passes. What they miss is a person walking through the room, opening up an umbrella, standing there for 10 seconds, closing it, and then walking off. They'll ask the contestants, did you see anything other than passes? Most of them will say no. And that's basically a really good understanding of intentional blindness. Now, distracted driving can basically be broken up into three main parts, I think. You're going to have visual, and visual basically takes your eyes off the road. Any activity is going to take your eyes off the road. I did some research into some case studies that FIT was doing, and one study they did was they had people get in the car. It was a simulator, so it wasn't an actual car. They had them driving down the road, and they had them listening and looking at the GPS system to see where they had to go. What they found was 12% of their journey, they used the GPS, 12% of the journey, they stared at the GPS. That's, from their research, is 6 times more that they're using on the GPS than they could be using on looking at oncoming traffic. That's kind of crazy. The next one is manual. Now this has to deal with anything, any sort of activity where your hands are off the wheel. Now a really good one is texting and driving. And they did another study where basically they had one instance where they didn't text and drive, and then they got the same people to text and drive. They saw that none of the people who were texting and driving at the same time could not complete the course without causing some sort of fatality. And the last one has to do with cognitive. Now, this can deal with an emotional subject you're talking about while in the car. It can deal with anything having to do with taking your thoughts away from driving. The last study they did was they had the contestants in the car, and they sat next to them with a notepad. Now, the plan was, it was rated from easy, medium to hard. Easy, they would ask you to just, when we say a number, you say the number. So they did that. The next one was, you say the number, and repeat the number that we said before that. And they did that, and each time they did it, it would get worse. Their respiratory system would get higher. Psychologically, it'd get worse, until we got to the hardest one, which was you take the number that they last said with the number that they first said and add them together. Now, when they're doing all this, none of them were able to complete the course either without causing some sort of accident. It's statistics and research like this that I wish I'd known a long time ago, because it probably would have, stopped me from distractedly driving. I just want to finish up by saying, guys, this isn't worth it. None of this, anything you're doing can wait. It's not worth your life, someone else's life. It's not worth the people who love you, how they feel. I've never seen my mom and my brother cry so hard. Ever. I've never seen a person I didn't even know cry so hard. The person I hit. Luckily, they didn't get any of this. And they don't deserve any of this. Because I'm the one who screwed up. Do you guys understand that? Please please tell me that you'll learn from my mistakes. Because I don't want to see any of you where I am. Does that make sense? Yes?
Oh, yeah.
Sure.
We promise now.
Okay, I guess I can take this stuff off then.
You're awful.
I knew it!
Oh my god.
I'm Jason Cardillo, and thank you for your time.
Oh,